Alright guys, we're back on the yak today. It's a little windy outside, too windy to fly. I took this inline filter out that was connected to the fuel system here. This is nice, it's a Hanger 9. There's nothing in this filter. Nothing inside of the housing. This is very clean. I've never used one of these before. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take this and eliminate it from the system, because there's already a filter and it's right there, and it's not damaged and getting particulates anywhere, because this was the next spot where it would get particulates in anything anywhere. And this is a clean filter. I mean, I can breathe through it, blow through it, whatever. There's a little bit of hair on it now from it sitting on this, but it's a clean filter. I don't think there was any problems with flow as far as the clunk goes. Maybe the filter was causing some obstruction or not letting it flow as well as it could, or maybe it was leaking air. So I'm going to eliminate that part from the system and see if she will run a little bit better. I'm going to get it running here. Maybe today I'll get it running. I've got to put the servo in and reconnect the servo arm, and I got to cut a couple of holes for the fuel tank in here and my straps for the batteries. So I'm going to do that, cut a couple holes in here. I'll probably do that off camera, because I'm just going to cut a couple of strap holes, so it's just 2 seconds. It's coming along nice. I'm excited to get her back in the air. Thanks for all the comments and suggestions, and hopefully we'll see this thing in the air soon. Maybe next couple of days. I've got the van packed full of airplanes. I've got the profile yak in there that I worked on the other day, and I've got the P40 in there. And I've got I've got the gyrocopter always, because, the auto gyro is just fun. And then I've got that fun 3D plane that Matt gave me, because he hasn't seen that thing fly yet, and it does pretty good 3D with that little Sato 80 on it. But this thing, boy, it rips, and I can't wait to get her back in the air. So keep you posted on it. We got to do a little cleanup here, just a little bit of fiberglass. Just clean up the edges here, little fiberglass edges, and reconnect that servo and eliminate this fuel filter, because like I said, it's already got a filter on the clunk, so I think it's going to be fine with the one that's on the clunk. So I'll get some fresh fuel line in here for the carburetor. I'll get that tank mounted in there, and hopefully she'll do okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Okay, guys. I cut the hole for the Velcro strap for the fuel tank, and I mounted the ignition box. While attempting to plug in, look what I found. That ground wire has come loose out of here, and I just barely noticed it, because I pulled on it now just a little bit and noticed how loose it was. So maybe that is why the engine was having trouble running, because you can see that tab is up just a little bit more than the other ones. I know I'm like super close to the camera right now with this. Hopefully you can see it. Yeah, that tab is up just a tiny bit more than all the other ones. So at some point or another it must have come loose. I am going to see if I have any more of these connectors. We'll see. If I have another one of these, I'll probably just replace it with another connector, because I don't think there's anything wrong with the pickup, and I don't have another pickup. I could order another pickup if this doesn't work, but that right there might be why she wasn't working, because when I first got to this, it was like that when I first saw it, because I disconnected this. When I disconnected it, I didn't notice that was like that, and I usually try to do my best to pull from the plastic. I may or may not have pulled from the plastic when I took this off, and that might be me who damaged that, but I'm thinking because I'm having minor intermittent running problems, especially while the engine is at lower idle, higher vibration, I'm thinking that might be why the engine has been dying a little bit. Hopefully that's what it is. I'm going to see if I can find another connector and repair it. Thanks for watching, guys. It's coming together nice. I've just got to get another fuel line. I've got some fuel line back here, and put some fuel line in it and mount the servo. But I found that while I was putting stuff together, so I figured I'd let you all know that that is most likely, I'm gonna say, most likely that is why this thing was dying. I did have a clip on this too, so I don't know if the clip was working or not. But maybe that's why it was not working quite right. We'll see if I've got another connector. I don't see anything wrong with this side. Nothing wrong with the prongs or anything, so who knows? Hopefully that's what it is. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll keep you posted on it. Okay, guys. Everything's mounted. Everything's in. Everything's on except for the propeller and the cowling. I'm going to leave the cowling off. I'm going to run it here probably today. If I don't get it to today, you'll know, because I'll post this video without running it. But I'll most likely get to running it today. It's not too cold out here. Said should be ready to go now that I fixed the ignition box. I put a new end on that ignition box. Well, actually, it wasn't on the ignition. It was on the hall sensor. Everything's in. Everything's tight. Everything seems right. I got some parts from my buddy Matt and fixed the tail wheel because I didn't have any more of these. I didn't have any more of those brackets, or those little those servo arms for the tail wheel arms, whatever you want to call them. I can't wait to get her back in the air. I sure do like this airplane. We'll try and get her running here today. Thanks for watching. Okay, guys, I forgot to turn the camera on, but I was just running this motor, and the throttle servo wouldn't act right. And if you can see down in there, let me see if I can move this. Let's see if you can see this. It is stripped out. Look at that. So when it crashed, she must have stripped out, because it will turn all the way around by hand, which is not good. So I'm going to replace that servo, and we'll try to run it again. Alright, guys, it's the evening, and I am not going to work on this thing anymore tonight, and we'll get this one tomorrow. Just need to change that servo out because it's stripped, probably from the crash because it hit pretty hard. Can't find any other stripped servos. It hit here more than anything, and I was mostly worried about the spark plug cap, but it seems to be fine. It had a little deformation. I tried to reform it a little bit, so thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe for more. Thanks.